Hey guys, welcome. I'm excited to share a lot of thoughts with you today, and I'm going to invite you guys to be part of something that I'm really excited to do here over the next 8 to 9 weeks. If you have followed my videos, you have now been with me in my home. You've been in my office, and you have just kind of like been part of my life. And if you have gotten to know me a little bit, what you see is what you get. And I love to share my heart with you guys, the heartbeat that Yahweh God has given me. And one of my greatest missions in life is to help people, and not just in one area, but in many areas. And for the last year or so, I have been praying that that Yahweh would just really give me the right time to release the message that I want to share with you guys, and also invite you on a journey. And if you are married, or if you're in a very committed relationship, if you have been married and you maybe have a failed marriage, or maybe you have given up on marriage and you want to regain that faith in marriage again, then I would like to invite you to not just watch this video, but also share it on your Facebook page, because I really do believe that this message that I'm going to share with you guys here today, and the invitation I'm going to extend, is necessary, because I believe that family is under attack. I believe that marriage is under attack, and I have been married for 20 years. And I was married young. I was just 18 years old when I got married. And did I know what I was doing? No. Did I get married for the right reason? I believe so. I really had the desire to be married. But along the way, there came a lot of trouble. And a lot of times, I think that marriages are under attack for reasons that we can really conquer. One of our biggest problems in our marriage was communication. And I think not having the right communication can really, really destroy a marriage. But another reason, and I believe this is even greater, is false expectation. And I wonder if you believe that your climate of your marriage is affecting other things in your life. Do you believe that it affects you on your job? Do you believe it affects you on the way you raise your children? If things are good, are you acting differently when you're out and about? And if things are really bad and you're struggling, and maybe you have like conflict in your marriage, that maybe you're not as effective as a leader. I run my own business, and I can honestly tell you that yes, it does affect everything, because when you are in a marriage, when you are in a committed relationship, the scripture says to become one. And I think that if one side of the body is hurting, the other one is going to suffer, whether we like to admit it or not. And so going through our marriage, a few years ago, we found ourselves almost losing our marriage. And I'm so thankful that we survived it. And we are so thankful that we are here today. But I believe that when you go through hardship, that when you conquer it and when you overcome things, it is worth telling the story, and it's worth sharing with others. And that's where I'm at right now. There are things that will always be private, and there's things that I'm willing to share in order to help others. And how many times have you set a goal to have a happy marriage? I was thinking about that, and, I certainly have, but a goal you can control. When I set a goal in my business, and let's say I want to grow in my business and I want to, get further ahead, I'm going to set a goal, and then I can do the activity to reach that goal. But to have a goal, to have a happy marriage, I think you're setting yourself up for failure, because you cannot control the other half. Have you ever tried? Let me know in your message if you've ever tried to control the other half, because I certainly have done that through manipulation, through ways that I wanted my husband to behave a certain way or act a certain way. And I promise you that didn't go well. Maybe for the moment it did, but overall it didn't go well because we cannot control people. In my business, I cannot control people's decisions. I can try to influence them, but I cannot control them. And so, to have a goal to have a happy marriage, I think we set ourselves up for failure. What we can do, though, is we can have a desire to have a happy marriage. We can have a desire to have a successful, growing marriage. And I really do hope that that's something that we all strive for. If you are married, I don't think any of us wake up and say, I hope that my marriage is going to fail. I hope that we end up in divorce court. I don't think any of us want that for our lives, for our marriage. I think we all want to have a successful marriage. But just like business, just like raising kids, just like anything else in life, I believe if we want to be successful, we have to do something about it. We can't have that wrong expectation to have a successful, happy, thriving marriage, and we're not willing to invest time or energy or resources into it. And I think that in the day-to-day life, we lose what we actually need to do in order to continue to have a thriving, happy marriage. So the goal that we can actually have is, and the goal that I can set for myself is, I want to be a successful wife in my marriage. I can set the goal to be the very best wife that I can be, that I want to be the best wife that Yahweh created me for my husband. That is a goal that I can set, and I can actually attain that goal because I can work on myself. I cannot work on my husband. I can motivate him, and I can hope that he will make changes and that he will grow in our relationship, but I cannot set those goals for him. Just like I can set goals for my children. I can motivate them and I can encourage them, but I cannot set those goals for him. So, in order for me to be a successful wife, and if you want to be a successful wife in your relationship with your spouse, you can do something about that. Years ago, I was leading a Bible study, and I came across a book that asked dangerous questions. And these questions I have never seen in any marriage book. I've never seen them in any marriage material. And they were really, really intriguing to me. The writer, when I heard her story, it was super intriguing to me because she comes from a ton of experience. And the question that she asked is this. Are you guys ready for it? Are you really ready? Okay. So the question is this: what is it like to be married to me? Not what is it like to be married to my husband, or hey, what are the 7 steps to improve the husband, or what can I do to have my husband be more loving, more compassionate? How can I make my husband do A, B, and C? But the question is, what is it like being married to me? And that is a pretty deep question. And there's a whole book on that. And I'm going to have a separate Facebook page that we're going to start today. It's going to be a group, and it's going to be called Wives on a Mission. If you want to join the group, message me, comment on this video, whatever it is, go ahead and just say, yes, I want to be part of it. I'm going to add you to the group, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a chapter a week, and you're invited to join me. So you can buy the book. It looks just like this. It is What Is It Like to Be Married to Me by Linda Dillow, and you can join me. Now, maybe you're not ready to be committed to a book study. Maybe you're like, my life is so crazy, I just don't have time for that. I still want you to come and join us, because every week I'm going to post a video that will discuss the chapter. And it goes really deep, you guys. I went through this 4 years ago, and it changed a lot in me. And we went through a lot of hardship over the last 3-4 years, and there were certain things I learned in here that really helped me be who I am today. It helped me to be grounded. It helped me to make decisions based on making a decision, not based on feelings. How many times do we make decisions in our lives, or how many times do we act on life because of the way we feel? You know, if I feel happy, I'm going to smile when my husband comes home. Or if I feel like he did do well yesterday, I'm going to greet him with a smile when he comes home. Or I might even give him a kiss. But what if we decided to live in our marriage as wives? And if you're watching here and you're a guy and you want your wife to be part of it, share it with her. This is the book study we're going to be doing. And what if we as wives made a decision to be the best wife that we can be for our husbands? What if we lived out the mission of being a godly wife for our husbands based on truth? What if we became wives based on biblical truth, not based on the way we feel? The scripture says the heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Did you know that scripture is there? That we cannot listen to our own hearts unless we are totally connected to the Father and we're totally engaged in His Word, because our heart can be so deceiving and so misleading. So every week, as I'm going to discuss a chapter on this book that you invited to join me in, I'm going to ask one person, a guest, to come on and do the live video cast with me. We're going to do this over a conference dial-in, and we're going to have a live chat, and we're going to discuss the chapter, and we're going to talk about the highlights of the chapter and what we learned from it and what we can pass on to the other wives in the group. I will also welcome you to write to me, maybe things that you're picking up on and things that are really important to you. And based on your comments, I'm going to ask you to be my guest for the weekly broadcast. It is going to be a 10-week study, and I really think it's going to really help us be more successful in our families, be more successful in our jobs, be more successful as business owners. For those of you, and I know many of you that are watching, are self-employed. You run businesses, you run at-home businesses, and when your marriage is struggling, you're going to have a much harder time being successful as a leader. But if you choose to work on your marriage, if you choose to do the best that you can, without worrying about the outcome, because I believe it starts with the wife. I really do, you guys. I think that we have such power of influence that when we choose to do the right thing in our marriage, it will affect our husbands in a very positive way. And the cycle can be a very healing cycle. And when we respect our husbands and when we do things right based on scripture, I truly believe that the love comes right back to us. Now, what about that person that's listening right now and you have an abusive husband? Or maybe you have a husband that you're just an inch away from saying, I'm ready to walk away. May I just say, don't give up? Would you give me 10 weeks to work with you and to go through this book and to offer even counseling if necessary? I have done many, many, many counseling sessions with young married gals and with people that are really struggling. And I believe that there is hope as long as we breathe. I don't think that there is hopelessness. And I really believe marriage is worth fighting for. I really want to invite you. If you're curious, join me. If you're not even fully committed, I still want you to join me. Come and be part of the group, and I would love for you to learn more about this incredible book that is called What Is It Like Being Married to Me? So for those of you that just joined me, I'm going to launch a book study this week, and I want you to be part of it. I'm going to have a separate Facebook group that you will be added into if you choose to. Just tell me you want to be part of it. And I'm going to discuss each chapter each week. And there's some really dangerous questions in here, you guys. And these questions are really deep and very, very life-changing. And if you want to have a successful marriage, not just based on how you feel for the day, but truly thrive in your marriage, which will change everything else. I believe that. I've lived through it, you guys, and I can speak from my own experience. And I will be sharing details about our own life and how we have overcome lots of hardships. And I'm going to be raw and honest and open. I want you to be part of it. Come and join me. Message me right underneath this post. Yes, I want to be part of it. I will add you to our group. The group is going to be called Wives on a Mission, and we're going to start next week. So go ahead and order it on Amazon. The book, again, by Linda Dillow, What Is It Like to Be Married to Me? And I believe over the next 10 weeks, we're going to see some transformations happening. We're entering the busiest season in families' lives, you guys. Even for those of us that not participate in a lot of holidays, we also get to be part of the crazy busyness, and people are stressed, and there will be financial stress that will come from the season. I want to help you. I want to help you be successful as a wife, as a mom, and whatever it is that you want to achieve. I think that it starts with our marriages. So if you're married, if you're thinking about being married, come and join us. Share this video on your Facebook page. Invite as many ladies as possible. This can be huge, you guys. I believe it's time for us to take marriage back. I believe it's time to fight for marriage, and I want you to be part of that. So join me. Let me know if you want to be part of the group. We will get started next week. I will give you all the details, and I'm really excited that my very first guest for the first week broadcast will be Aaron Spencer. And so we will discuss the first chapter. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts as you're reading the book, and let me know what you would like us to discuss during the weekly session, and maybe, just maybe, I'm going to ask you to be part of it as well. So go ahead and share the video, invite your friends. This is going to be huge, and I really believe that we're going to see marriages not just be changed, but transformed.